Hey puppers. Hi puppers. Oh, hey guys. You already know we're back with another movie review. Today we're going to do An American Tail. So first I'll start with Fievel. Fievel was a very adventurous little mouse. And he really just thought he was going to go into America with his family, which of course didn't happen for the people that saw the movie. And Fievel did a lot of things by himself. Like, just honestly, he was a little mouse and he did like some things that I don't even think I could do by myself. This mouse was like pretty good at handling things himself. He was also scared because, you know, he didn't have his parents and he didn't know when he was going to find them. And toward the end of the movie, when he was going to find his parents, he was, some other mice were bringing him down about how he was never going to find his parents. They probably weren't looking for him anymore, and he gave up. He was scared and alone because at that point he was just with those other mice. And like I just said, he wanted his parents back, like really bad. Next I'm gonna talk about Henry the Pigeon. Henry the Pigeon was the first person Fievel met in America. And Henry the Pigeon was the first person to help Fievel, like, learn what America was all about and stuff. Which, you know, was very good. That's why I had to include him. He was a cool person. Not a person. He was a pigeon. That's okay. I really like the song Never Say Never that he sang. I can't remember the words right now, but from what I remember, I liked it. Now Tony Toponi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think so though. He was Fievel's best friend. He met Fievel and they just instantly clicked. And they were like, it's like they were like meant to meet each other and become best friends. And he really cared for Fievel. When he couldn't find Fievel after like an attack of the cats, he was scared. He was yelling Fievel's name. He was looking for him everywhere. You could tell that he really liked Fievel. That he would probably have ran into the cats just to get Fievel if they had gotten him. Okay, that is going to be all for me today. I will rate this a 7 out of 10. Dad! Bye!
What's up, people? So, she liked it. She didn't incredibly like it, but she liked it. Now, this movie was a movie I enjoyed as a child. I do remember liking Fievel Goes West more. So I guess we'll see when we get to that one. But I enjoyed this movie more as an adult than I did as a kid. And the reasons for that are seemingly numerous every time I think about it. They become more numerous. The Don Bluth animation, I'm a big fan of as an adult. I think this is probably my least favorite of his animated movies, but still done well enough that even the simplistic style of it, he filled in the blanks. The studio filled in the blanks enough that it didn't really matter. The production by Steven Spielberg obviously is awesome. I'm not going to talk about all the actors and actresses involved in this film, just basically got to give a shout out to Dom DeLuise. I always loved Dom DeLuise, and he was great in this thing. Now, what I really loved about this movie was immigrants talking about coming to America with a promise in their hearts to truly become American citizens. It was a cool thing to watch, and you know, as corny as it might seem, the theme of eternal optimism was also, it was awesome to see in a movie, because it's become pretty rare these days that there's any kind of optimism to a movie, even a kid's movie. They're always so grim. And this thing, although it was built on grimness and the torturous journey and the difficult journey, the lessons of family, the lessons of not taking groups as all being the same, even though all the ones you've met have proven to be the same, doesn't mean the next one is going to be the same. The lessons of freedom and freedom of speech and freedom of religion and, you know, the right to bear arms, just like the whole thing was, you know, what some people would consider these days, especially an overly pro-American sentiment. But I liked it because they weren't talking about the right to just be rich, or the right to covet everything your neighbor has because you're just worried about what rich people around you have, even though you live in the easiest time for people that has ever existed and you don't know how to take advantage of it. There was none of that. There was just immigrants seeing the promise of America. What I thought was the worst part of this movie was how the parents spoke with a Russian accent and the kids didn't. That was kind of disconcerting. It made no sense. So that was the only part of the movie that took me out of it, but it didn't really take me out of the film. The movie was good enough to hold itself on its own. The Don Bluth animated style is... I wish there was more of that now, because you can tell it's not computerized, and I just enjoyed that aspect of it. It wasn't quite Secret of NIMH good, but it was really good. I think that I can't wait until I watch Five Goes West, and I think that I hope all of you have a good night, and I think that I hope that you comment on this video and subscribe to this channel, like the video. That would be really cool of you. I'm going to give this one an 8. Like I said, I probably would have given it a 7 as a kid like she did, but as an adult I liked it a little bit more, especially with the way things are in the world right now. To see a pro-freedom sentiment, a pro-free speech sentiment, but also to see, like, cats are the worst thing in the world, cats are the worst thing in the world, we're gonna go to America, there's no cats there. It's gonna be awesome because there's no cats there in America. Then they get to America, and of course there are cats in America, but as it turns out, not every cat is bad. That's a good lesson. Have a good night.